The Old Townland School, set up by 3 local Chinese philanthropists in 1906, had made a significant influence on the education system of Chinese schools in Singapore, with emphasis on the usage of Mandarin and Chinese values. Also, it has successfully nurtured capable leaders who had contributed greatly to Singapore. Old Townland School increased the use of traditional values in many other schools in Singapore now. The lessons were aimed at imparting traditional Chinese values to their students so that they can become a more useful person to the society in the future. They were also taught to appreciate the Chinese values through lessons about the Confucian classics. Now, schools such as Nanhua Secondary has their main core values such as loyalty, filial piety, humanity, love, courtesy, righteousness, integrity, and a sense of shame. These are the traditional Chinese values. Thus, we can see that the Old Townland School has managed to influence even schools now to have the traditional Chinese values. This also shows us the impact of Old Townland School's traditional values on the education now. The Old Townland School played a significant role in spreading bilingualism in Singapore. In 1916, it became the first school to turn away from dialects and use Mandarin as the medium of instruction. This sets an example for other existing schools to emulate this form of teaching as well as spread the usage of Chinese language, hence increasing the number of people accepting Mandarin-based education. During the Japanese occupation, it became a government-aided school in 1958 and improved its standard of English by hiring more English teachers and allotting more time to the subject. English lessons were introduced in 1914. In 1957, the Old Townland School became a government-aided school, and the time allocation for English lessons were increased. In the early 1980s, it was then established as a school providing a well-balanced Chinese and English education. This significantly contributed to the society by emphasizing on bilingualism in the early years of Singapore and played a part in shaping the education system of Singapore today. Old Townland School has also produced leaders like the late Lee Kong Chian, who contributed to Singapore by setting up a fund named the Lee Foundation that funds programs that promote education or to improve human welfare. Lee Kong Chian graduated from the Old Townland School, and he became a very successful person later on in his life. His Lee Foundation helped in funding schools and institutions in Singapore and is still operating now. For example, in 2005, Lee Foundation made a 30 million gift to the National University of Singapore. These money benefited Singapore as it helped to improve the learning environment, giving local students a more conducive place to study in. In conclusion, the Old Townland School had been a prominent institution that shaped Chinese schools to be focused on bilingualism and Chinese values, hence nurturing capable leaders that will lead Singapore.